Okay, this is the part of the GIT you're looking that is called as the large intestine. So the other name for the large intestine is the colon. We call it as the colon also, that is called as the large intestine. So this is a part you're looking that is called as the colon. The colon will extend from the caecum to up till the anal canal part that is called as the colon. So the colon is the distal part of the gastrointestinal tract extending from caecum to the anal canal. Caecum is the first starting part. Up till the anal canal part, whatever you see, that is a part of the colon. Anatomically, the colon can be divided into four parts. The four parts of the colon are ascending colon, transverse colon, descending colon, and sigmoid colon. So the colon consists of four parts. The four parts of colon are ascending colon, transverse colon, descending colon, and sigmoid colon. So ascending colon consists of caecum and vermiform appendix. So caecum and the vermiform appendix are the part of the ascending colon and transfer descending and sigmoid. So the colon, the average length is about 150 centimeter in length. So you can see in the figure here, the whatever you are seeing the part up till here, that is the part of the large intestine. So this is a part we call it ascending colon, this is a part we call it transverse colon, this is a part we call it descending colon. Then it will continue as sigmoid colon. So the part what you see in the ascending colon, the dilated sac-like part is called a caecum. The worm-like part what you look here, that is called as the appendix. Caecum and appendix. So next what you're looking, how to differentiate from the large intestine. So there are some features by which you can differentiate the large intestine from the small intestine. So what are those features you're looking at? The large intestine can be easily be distinguished from the small intestine by the features. These are the features, okay. First one is called as tinea coli, that is three thickened bands of longitudinal muscle. You see the longitudinal muscle which are thickened, that is called in the large intestine, they are named as tinea coli. Next is the sacculation and the hostration. The sacculation of its wall between the tinea called as hoster. Next is appendices epiploic. You see the small fat like the small pouches or omentum filled with fat, that is called as appendices epiploic. So these are the three characteristic features of the large intestine. They are called as tinea coli, sacculation or hostrations, and appendices epiploic. So these are the three features of large intestine: tinea coli, sacculation, and appendices epiploic. Okay, so see here, this is what you are seeing. They are sacculation and ostration. The longitudinal muscle is thickened here, that is called as the tinea coli, and this is the fat, it is called as the appendices epiploic. Okay, so you can see here, this is what I was telling. This is the longitudinal muscle, tinea coli. This is the appendices epiploic. Okay, this is a large intestine. In the X-ray, when you see, you can see how could depend. You can see sacculation and the hostration. You are looking here. That is of the large intestine. So when you get a slide, or when you know how to, what are the character features of the large intestine? If you see, they are tinea coli, sacculation and the hostration, and appendices epiploic. These are the characteristic features of the large intestine. Next, we look in detail about the caecum. Okay, caecum is a part of the large intestine. It is a one of the part, the dilated part of the large intestine. You see, that is called as the caecum. Look, it is a blind pouch formed at the beginning of the large intestine, and it is situated in the right iliac fossa. It is situated in the right iliac fossa. So it is a blind pouch formed at the beginning of the large intestine, situated in the right iliac fossa. So you can see here, this is a blind pouch, lies in the right iliac fossa. This is what you are seeing, that is called as the caecum. Okay, so there is some relation of the caecum. So relation anteriorly it is related to colls of intestine and anterior abdominal wall. It is related to walls of intestine and anterior abdominal wall. These are the posterior relation of it. So posteriorly, you can see the dotted line what they're showing here is the location of the cecum. So there are some relation or the posterior relation of the cecum. So what are those? Are first one, right gonadal vessel. Can you see here? This is a right gonadal vessel. The nerve you're seeing here, that is lateral cutaneous nerve of thigh. Next is a genitofemoral nerve. Next, the muscle is called a psoas major muscle. Next, the muscle called iliacus. Next, the artery is called external iliac artery. The nerve here is called as the femoral nerve. So, these are the posterior relation of the cecum. So, the posterior relation of the cecum are right gonadal vessel, lateral cutaneous nerve of thigh, genitofemoral nerve, psoas major, iliacus, external iliac artery and the femoral nerve. These are all the posterior relation of the cecum. Okay. There are different types of the cecum. Like if you can see here, when you look into the shape, you can make out there is difference in shape. All this are dependent on the attachment of the appendix. Okay, you can see here, here, here and here. It is mainly by the attachment of appendix. So the different types of cecum are first one fetal type, second one infantile type, third one normal type, fourth one is exaggerated type. These are the different types of cecum: fetal, infantile, normal and exaggerated type. So see here, fetal if you look, see here, it is cone-like cecum. From its tip, it will arise that appendix that is called as the fetal type. Next one, you can see the right and the left saccule. In the center, there is a depressed part from where you see the cecum appendix arising. That is called infantile type. The third one, if you look, the right saccule is larger than the left saccule. From the junction between two, it will arise. That is called as a normal type. Means it is present in almost 90% of individual will have this type of appendix. That is called normal type. The last one, what are you seeing? Exaggerate. What do you mean here? Is the right saccule is very large and the appendix will arise close to the ileum. You can't see the left saccule. Okay, so the right saccule is almost very large. The junction, close junction to ileum, you see the appendix arise. So these are the different types of cecum. The different types of cecum are fetal type, infantile type, normal type and exaggerate. You see most of the individual will have this type, that is the normal type of the cecum. Okay, then next we'll come to the interior of the cecum. So when you look the interior of the cecum, it consists of following feature. You see the cecum is continuous above with the ascending colon. And then you see a valve in the interior of the cecum. The one valve you see is called a ileocecal orifice. So the content from the ileum will pass into a cecum through the orifice called a ileocecal orifice, and it prevents the black flow of content from cecum to appendix by this orifice. So if you look the shape of the orifice, it is okay, so you can see a orifice here which is half moon shaped, that is called a ileocecal orifice, which is guarded by valve. Okay, so next the 2 centimeter below it you see one more orifice, that is called valve of Gerlach. That is called as this is called as the appendicular orifice, which is guarded by valve, that is called as a valve of Gerlach. So interior of the cecum consists of 2 orifice. One is called a ileocecal orifice and one more is called as the appendicular orifice. These are the 2 orifice you see in the interior of the cecum.